So I was okay, so my last video, I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I was gonna talk on being empathic and some current insights that came to me most recently. Um, so I don't know if you guys have noted, when you spend time alone, do you feel like super peaceful? Aside from processing all the emotions that come to the surface. I want to say when I am by myself, I probably feel the most peaceful, the most balanced, the most aligned. And when I go out into public areas, I become exposed to other people's energies or emotions, and it can throw me for a ride. Um, where am I going? Where am I trying to take this? Well, let's go back to how you feel when you're by yourself and you hone in on that peace that you feel. Hone in on that state of balance and clarity and just ease. I think if you can maintain this state when you go out in the public, that is when you can not only function optimally, but you can also influence spaces around you and people around you. Um, so it's funny. I feel like when we are not aware of our neutral space, which is peace, it's hard for us to stay in that space. And then we let everyone else's emotions take us for a ride. Um, but when you can hold this kind of peace within yourself in all like experiences, time, space, dimension, timelines, I feel like that is when you can influence the world in a way that elevates it. Does that make sense? So I've noted, like if I were to recollect, most people who have entered my sphere, whether it be at work or whatever, I will either make them feel better or I will trigger them, you know? And what I mean by that is like if I can stay centered and grounded in this place of peace, it will either act as a salve for people who are under distress, or it will trigger people who are unwilling to look at things that are holding them back. Um, and I think that's our gift on top of being filtration systems for energy. um, so like I was the other day, I went out to get something from a convenience store, and I remember when I entered the store, I felt peace. Um, when I stood in line, and there was quite a long line, I noticed myself getting irritated. I noticed myself, getting very antsy and just really like frustrated. Like, you know, after I purchased my things, I sat in the car, I thought about it. I'm like, what just happened? It's like when I walked in, even driving to the place, I was peaceful, I was serene, nothing was bothering me. And then once I entered the convenience store and I stood in that line, I got irritated. And I'm like, I was picking up on all the people in front of me, including the cashiers, their emotions, their frustration, their agitation, their irritation. And I was um, mistaking it as my own. But the thing is, the hardest thing is to stand amongst these things and recognize and differentiate your energy from other people's energy and still holding that place of peace. You know what I mean? And just filtering it. Because it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. And I think we've gone through life, for most of our life, having poor boundaries. So that's why, for the most part, for most of our lives, we haven't been able to differentiate, like, whose energies is whose aside from your own. And this is the challenging part. But I feel like the universe wouldn't give you a task that it didn't think you would be successful at. And we are stubborn, and we do have sheer willpower and determination and courage. So I guess that's why the task was given to us. But yeah, I've noted that if I can retain my center and stay in my peace, yes, I have the ability, and you probably have the ability to elevate people and spaces that you enter. It's almost like you become this light in the dark for a lot of people. On the opposing end of that, though, you can also trigger people. You might trigger a lot of things, unhealed wounds, traumas, ancestral stuff in them that they need to work on. And of course, they'll blame you. They'll blame you. But we all know it's a projection. So, if possible, you have conversations with these people. If not possible, then that's okay too.